This is your girl Diva Fashionista bringing you another video, and this is going to be a touchy subject. I hope I don't tear up during this video, and I do want to apologize right off the bat for my fan being on, because I am hot. Once I put on this dress, girl, and turned on these lights, it was hot, so I turned on the fan. So I hope it's not too much of a distraction. But I wanted to talk to you about something I saw floating around social media, and as it was starting to pick up legs or starting to gain momentum, I really felt the need to talk about it as a mother, as a black woman, as someone who has natural hair. And I want to say, just full disclosure, prior to getting into the topic at hand, I am wearing a wig, which probably is obvious, but I have natural hair, and my natural hair is cornrowed under hair because I am doing job interviews. So I am very well aware of how natural hair is seen, and because of that, I have been wearing wigs for the job interview purpose. I am what I could describe as 4Z. I have very kinky, very coily, very coarse hair. So this story hit home for me. And I just felt compelled to talk about it. A lot of times I don't like to talk about some of these hot topics or some of these things that I see run around, because there's a lot of fake outrage. There's a lot of just fake woke people, and there's just a lot of misinformation. Usually I'm more compelled to talk about something because of misinformation, which I saw in this situation, than I am about just what's the tea, This situation, if you're not aware of what happened, I'm probably gonna either insert picture now or throw up a picture here, if depends on what iMovie allows me to do. But a young lady was pictured, and we started seeing people tweeting, because I'm always over there on Black Twitter, honey. So you start seeing people tweeting, and it did make it to Instagram as well, and even saw something on Facebook where people talking about this young lady, how H&M posted in their some recent campaign or just on their website, that I'm not sure of. But I started seeing the picture of the young lady with natural kinky hair, and people were outraged about the picture. And I started seeing headlines like or people tweeting things like, oh, H&M back at the bullshit. Started seeing things like, here we go again, are we going to finally cancel H&M, and just things of that nature, where just people being upset about the picture and being upset about the state of the girl's hair, because it's not seen as I think it's what's the word, uncoiffed, or it's just not seen as that her hair was done or presentable for the shoot. And it immediately became a thing about race, especially this coming off of what happened with what I'm calling Sweatergate, where that was deemed as racist, and it was a misstep on H&M's part of posting the young man on their online with the sweater saying, coolest monkey in the jungle, and that was immediately deemed a cancelable offense, and how H&M was racist, and that was it. We don't need to shop there. I have to do further full disclosure. I am a former H&M employee, and at the time of Sweatergate, I was working at H&M, and I couldn't speak about the topic, even though I felt passionate about the topic, because as an employee, you never want to put your opinions out there. You never want to come across as the voice of the company, which, if you probably look at your employee handbook, they probably discourage you or tell you that's automatic termination if you do speak about the company. And we've seen that recently as well, where people are just being jerks, being racist, doing all type of crazy stuff, and then they're like getting fired on like their day off. So you never really want to do that. You never want to speak for your company. You don't even want to bash your company. So for that reason, like, I never put out that I was working at H&M or that, anything like that. I never tried to speak for them, because it's a big no-no. But as a former employee, I could go in and let have. So here we go. So working during Sweatergate, it was a scary time, because people were online saying things like they were going to come and tear up the store. We even saw in South Africa where a store was destroyed, and it was scary. I personally, as a black woman and as an African American, I wasn't offended, and it wasn't because I worked there. I wasn't offended because I believed in the company that I worked for at the time. I knew their values. I knew what they stood for. I knew a lot of what they do socially. I know what they do in other countries. One thing that is very hard is when you're in different markets meaning different countries, when you sell to different people of different ethnicity, different cultural backgrounds, different economic status, there are things that don't always translate well. There are things that may be offensive to one group or may not be offensive to another group, and vice versa. You get my drift, right? So being in different markets is one thing I saw that they did. They were very conscious about their carbon imprint, if that's the way you say it. Like, just basically things that they did in the environment and how the people were treated. There was a lot that they put out about like their factories. Another fun fact about H&M, because I'm spilling all the tea, right? They don't own any factories. All of their clothing is outsourced. So yes, they have factories in maybe what may be considered a third world country, or just other countries, because I don't want to put false information out. But they have factories in other countries which they don't own, which they just outsource the clothing. But they were big on wages, paying fair wages, even in countries where you probably could pay peanuts to an employee. Like, they were big on that. They were big on just the waste that they put out into the environment. And I was really inspired by that. And I really was like, wow, you don't have to do this. They shut down factories because they walked in and seen child labor. Like, it's things like that. Like, I just felt like that company that I was working for wouldn't intentionally be racist. How I perceived it was that it was a misstep. It was a misstep. And then as you going up and up and up, another full disclosure, they're a Swedish company. So what would be like, okay, this is offensive to African Americans, or this is throwback to slavery or Jim Crow era, is something that they might have missed, or something that might not come like translate over to them. Get what I'm saying? So that's how I took it. I took it as, maybe they do need more diversity, which they then went and got a diversity manager to help them when it comes to things like this. Another full disclosure, right? At this time, okay, I think that's what I'm doing, trying to make that the last time I say that. At the time that the whole sweater gate happened, the company wasn't doing very well financially. They were really struggling. So to me, I just couldn't see them pissing off a whole group of people, especially African Americans, who are large consumers, especially of fast fashion. I couldn't see them just intentionally just trying to piss off a whole group of people. I know a lot of times people say like any press is good press, but I just didn't see that being a smart advertising, smart, like, so I can't see someone being in the boardroom saying, what's going to drive our sales? Let's piss off everybody. Like, no, yeah, that I just couldn't see it. So I didn't believe that at that time that that's what was going on, and I just couldn't speak about it, right? That being that. So now moving on to this, and people say, oh, they back at it again. It's just not smart. That's just not smart marketing. That's not smart anything, like just intentionally pissing someone off. And this time, I don't think it was a misstep. And actually, I'm pretty sure it wasn't a misstep. I'm pretty sure what happened. And I want to insert, I'm going to put it down below in the info box, the blog that I read. This woman wrote, a black woman at that, wrote a blog post that I find really interesting. So I don't want to butcher her name, so I'm going to leave her information down below so that you can check it out too. But what really happened is that if I had to guess, because this part is just speculation, and anytime I present my opinion, I'm going to tell you that it's my opinion. So I think that H&M saw what happened with the back to school post. As we've been seeing the back to school post, and most of us thought it was really cute. It was really cute, and it was really like funny. Parents probably could relate to, or even you could probably relate going to school, because I'm notorious. I was notorious for taking my barrettes out and undoing my braids and acting like it just happened in the wind. I was notorious for that, losing barrettes, all my little goody barrettes. I used to take them out. I hate it. My mother used to put one in the front and it would dangling here. I used to take that out. I'm not even gonna lie, sorry mama. I used to take it out and just unravel it. So we started seeing those pictures of back to school where the kids were just, you send them to school one way and they come back looking like, oh my damn, like, yeah. So they probably saw that and was like, that's really cute, let's do that. Let's show kids and how they actually look, because these kids get all dolled up, makeup, and they're like, oh, just perfection, and then they're touched. We even see that airbrushing and Photoshop, and whose kids look like that? They probably thought, you know what, this is more relatable. Parents who seem to really like this, let's go there. That's more likely than what happened. So as we started seeing the rest of the pictures come out, we started seeing everywhere. If you didn't, I'm going to post the pictures. I did get it from this blog post, and we started seeing pictures of the other kids, and nobody had nice hair, and everybody was straight off. That was what happened. They were straight from school. They wanted to show kids straight from school and how they would look after school, and they got to the set and then they just put them in the clothes and took pictures of them. So that's really what happened. And it kind of got, just the black picture got posted, and it's like, look at this and look at her hair, and it makes me sad. This is why I actually went natural. I went natural because of this. One, because putting a chemical in your hair that burns it off or thins it out, for me, I just decided that that's not what I wanted to do. When I went natural, I transitioned. I went natural in 2015, like later part of 2014 into 2015, when I just decided we're just doing, this is a thing, we're doing this. I transitioned, so that means I slowly cut my hair. I let it grow, and I slowly cut it off until at about a year and a half, I just cut all the remainder of the perm out of my hair. But it was really important to me, even as I was transitioning, the feedback I was getting. And I want to say that to you guys. I've never been told my hair was nappy. I never been told that my hair is ugly by anyone of any ethnicity except for black people. And you know where the harshest criticism has come from? Black women. That is really sad. The amount of self-hate, the amount of bullshit that we're fed to be made to feel that our hair is not pretty, that our hair is not desirable, which is why when I went natural, I've never straightened my hair. I will throw on a little silky something, but I've never straightened my hair for that reason. And as ugly as I've been made to feel my hair is, it's important that I wear it and I rock it in its natural state because of instances like that. Because if I can wear my hair and be confident, if I can wear what God gave me, right? What grows from my scalp naturally in its natural state, and be confident, be every much bit of a diva and fashionable and just bold and in your face, then so can the little girl who's coming up, who we don't need to put a chemical in her hair. You don't need to give her a weave. You don't need to tell her that she's undesirable, that she is not beautiful. And that's what was happening with this. Besides pointing a finger at H&M and telling them that they're wrong for posting this picture, you're telling this little girl and little girl that look like her and who have hair like her that it's ugly and it's unacceptable to wear her hair how it naturally grows. And that pissed me off. That pissed me off, and this is why I have to continue to stand strong. Even though sometimes I don't feel like my hair is pretty. I don't feel like I make it look fashionable, but it's important that I continue to wear it no matter what someone says and no matter how much people find it undesirable, because it is me naturally. And it's important. It's important for young girls coming up behind me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really something that really compelled me to get on here and talk to you guys today, because it was disgusting. As the day went on, you started seeing, from being outraged and talk about racism, you started seeing more people speak up and say things like, oh, I hope this little girl never sees these posts. I started seeing more posts of people speaking up for the girl. And initially, I want to say, my initial reaction, I was kind of put off by how broken off her hair was. her hair is broken off a little bit and her hair is kind of short. And I'm like, in 3 years of me transitioning, my hair was longer than hers. In 3 years of transitioning versus this child being about 10 years of age. So that put me off a little bit, you know. And then I had to say to myself, you know, no, stop feeding into these stereotypes, stop feeding into this superficial bullshit, because there you go. As outraged as you are about the negative feedback, you're feeding into the superficial bullshit. And I had to warn myself. I had to be like, girl, stop it. And that's when I was like, nope, girl, you need to talk about it. You need to talk about it. As a mom, me speaking as a black woman and as a mom, would I have allowed my child to be photographed like that? No. I have to be honest with you. I didn't think it was a good picture. I didn't think it was the most flattering picture. I didn't think that her hair was in the healthiest state. So as a mom, I probably wouldn't have allowed my child to be pictured like that. But then I had again to think. I had to think back and think, if you're being constantly told to that your skin, this melanated skin, is not beautiful, if you're being constantly told that your hair is not pretty, if she's going on castings and bookings and being turned away and watching little Molly Sue or her little blue-eyed blonde hair young lady, or even light-skinned racially ambiguous black girl, she books whatever job it is because her hair is a little more coily. She has that 4A, maybe 3B, 3A hair that everyone finds so desirable. Like, oh, you can be a little kinky, but kinky coily is better. If she's not making the money that these other girls are making, I could see where as a parent, her mom probably said, okay, go ahead. We saw with Sweatergate. Those parents weren't outraged. Those people actually spoke up for the company at first. Like, no, we live over in Europe. It's different. You know, we didn't experience like all those things that African Americans have experienced. They had to be told that no, this is not right. They had to hear the backlash and really people just hammering it home that no, this is not right. No, until she was like, the mother backtracked. You know, and that's the thing. It's like, there's a lot of bullying. Even when it's topics like this, a lot of times I have to block everything out. I have to wait. If I know I want to talk about a subject, I have to wait to watch other people's videos or wait to see what everyone else is saying before I express my opinion, just to make sure that my opinion is my own and that I'm not just listening to the noise or just presenting popular opinion. That's something I would never do. I can be swayed, I can be wrong on a topic, and I can admit to being wrong, but I never want to present popular opinion, because just because it's popular opinion doesn't make it right and doesn't make it true, you know. So when I saw this false narrative, I really was like, no, this is not what happened, and this is not cool. And I just really want to get on here and talk to you guys about it. I think that is all. I think I've said everything that I need to say without making this video way too long. So if I forget anything, I'll probably try to put it in the info box. But what do you think? What do you think? I wanted to say that I'm not here trying to sway you. I'm not trying to get you on my side of the thing. I just want you guys to be open-minded. Again, like, popular opinion isn't always right or accurate, you know what I'm saying? I'm just against these false narratives, and I just want you guys to just kind of think for yourself and be objective and just try to weigh things both ways and not just see things as just black or white. There is a gray area and we need to explore it. So let me know what you think. What did you feel when you saw it? Have you seen this picture floating around? What did you think about it? What are your thoughts? Leave them down below. I want to thank you so very much for watching, and especially if you got into this point in the video, you was a real one. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you, or you'll catch me in the next one. Later.